My dear brothers, let us discuss today about Buddhism in Japan. The history begins in 6th century. In 538 AD, the king of Pakchi or Kundra, Korea, dispatched his eunuch to present a Buddhist image and scroll of sutras to the imperial court of Emperor Kinmi. This marked the first introduction of Buddhism into the Japan. History of religion in Japan is therefore more than 1,400 years old now. In this long history, we can think of Japanese Buddhism in connection with three focuses. The first could be placed on Buddhism of roughly the 7th and 8th century. To show this materially, we can refer to the Horyuji Temple and Todaji Temple, 752 AD, which were constructed during the period. And looking back to this time, the one thing that can't be overlooked is the fact that the tide of culture rose usually high throughout the whole of Asia during this period, while the civilization of the West was shut up in deep darkness. The East was developing an astonishingly active and magnificent movement in China, in Central Asia, in India, and in South Sea countries. The activities in the intellectual, religious, and art field were going on strongly. Joining these movements, Buddhism was washing the Eastern world with its vast tide of humanism. And this new movement of Japanese culture, as witnessed by the construction of the brilliant Urai and magnificent Todaji, and also in the colorful religious art activities that came about in connection with these events, shows this absorption of the extreme eastern end of the general cultural tide that was covering all the vast area of the Asia. The people of this country, of Japan, which had been in an uncivilized state for a long time, now battled in the current of great culture. The flower of civilization opened up all of a sudden. But such was the good turn of fortune that favored Japan in those countries, in those centuries, and the chief campaign responsible for the rise in culture was none other than Buddhism. The Buddhist temples of the time became very important social centers, and the priests were the leaders of the new learning. They developed a wide and great culture rather than just a religion. This was the actual state of Buddhism that was first transplanted to this country. In 9th century, two great priests, Shyako Tango Desi, 762-822, and Ukai Kabo Dasi, they appeared on the scene and founded two Buddhist denominations, usually referred together as Zen Buddhism. This was the establishment of a purely Zen Buddhism. They grasped Buddhism in its original standpoint and practice and founded the central monasteries on Mount Huai and Mount Koya, respectively. During 300 years after their founding until Komakuru period, the two exotic dominations, the Tendai and the Shingon, prospered chiefly among the aristocrats and in the imperial courts. Thank you. May you be happy. I'm Dr. Lal Singh here.